Good morning, welcome to upper body Thursday.
Good morning.
Good morning. Right, let's find ourselves that space and get ourselves warmed up. So we're just going to start by just jogging gently on the spot. Again, nothing major. This is only for warming the body up. So get the heart started. Well, the heart should already be working, but get me pumping more stuff around. Starts to move all those other fluids around your body as well. Morning, Mark. And here's some star jumps, some jumping jacks. Get those great big joints moving. Get that synovial fluid flowing. That's it. Nice big movements. Okay, I'm back into just jogging a spot. Okay, we'll kick those out. Right, so this morning we're going to do upper body. Let me have a look at my notes. So mainly going to be aiming at our back and our arms. So bent over rows, tricep kickbacks, skull crushers, concentration curls, and overhead tricep extensions. Okay, cool. Going to switch out with concentration curls though. We'll do alternating dumbbell curls. Yeah, right. So with this one, we're going to start off with a combo. We're going to do bent over rows into tricep kickbacks. So get ourselves into a bent over position, and then we're going to bring our arms just allow them just to swing in front of you. You're not going to use these at this point for moving. You're going to be using your back. So when you pull your back, squeeze your back, then once you've got your back at maximum compression, then bring your arms to the side of your body. Then we're going to drive our hands backwards, bringing them back, forwards, and then down. So the first part of the movement is all back. The second part of the movement is into triceps. Okay, for yourself, Corey, with the bands. So what we need to do is hook the band underneath your foot. So you've got some form of resistance. And then from that bent over position, you're going to pull that back. All right, then drive your hands backwards. Bring them forwards and back down. So you're going to find the first part of your pull, Corey, is going to be slight. There's not going to be much there. So you're going to really have to squeeze your back and then drive them backwards. What you might find you need to do is if you cross your hands over, so step on your band, cross your hands over if you find you don't have enough tension, and then that'll give you it'll shorten the band slightly if you need more tension. Okay, so see how you get on with that one. Right, from there, we're going to move into our second movement, which is going to be alternating dumbbell curls. So get yourself up straight, legs for shoulder width apart, pin your elbows into the side. Again, we're moving the focus now into our biceps. So we're going to raise one arm up, and then the other one at the same time comes down. So there's a constant motion in both arms. Remember with this, you're going to keep your forearms as the only parts that move. You know, your top part of your arm doesn't move. It's pinned to the side of your body. All the way down to the bottom, all the way up to the top. As you get to the top, give it a squeeze. And Corey, yeah, I think you've already got that one sussed. From there, we're going to move into tricep overhead extensions. So we're bringing the weights over our head, pin our elbows to the side of our body, to the side of our head even. And then we're going to drive our arms into the air, squeezing our triceps, slowly bring them down our back. So we're going to bring it down our back as far as we can. So drive up and slowly allow it to extend down our back. So again, for yourself, Corey, on that one, it'll be hook the band around the back of your foot And again, you might need to, with this one, just have one foot slightly further back. And then you're going to bring your arms up. So you've got the band's behind you. Drive your arms up in the air with the band and slowly bring them back down. Okay. Awesome. Right. And then for the final one, no, we're going to do 2 more. From there, we're going to go into just dual arm curls, this time with our palms facing each other. So up, palms facing, on our way back down, hammer strength curls. All the way up, all the way down. What you should find with this one is it shouldn't be touching the sides of your body, so you should be able to get that better full range of motion when you get down to the bottom. Should be nothing stopping you from getting your arms straighter. So aim for that. And then our final one is we'll go to the ground. We'll do some skull crushers. So on the ground, feet to the bottom, elbows pointing to the ceiling, with the weights just behind your head. Drive them all the way up and slowly bring them back down. So again, all the way up and slowly bring them back down. Okay. You can't do those with bands. Do you have anything like a water bottle, a couple of water bottles, Corey?
A water bottle?
Yeah.
Not on me, but I can go find one.
Cool. Right. Okay. So what might be good is to use a couple of water bottles for the.
Or 2 bottles of wine.
Oh, 2 bottles of wine.
Don't have those either.
Come on, Corey, I knew you had this.
They're in the cab. All right, I'll figure something else out. I got with the bands. While you guys do that, I can do some.
Perfect. Yeah. You can always do another set of overhead tricep extensions. That might be another way of doing it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Right. And in which case, any questions? Are we all good with those? Right. In which case, let's make a start. I'm just going to pass Sarah some weights. We're going to start with our first set. We're going to do 4 sets, 10, 10, 12, and 15. And we're going to start off with those bent over rows into tricep kickbacks. So get ourselves in that bent over position. Keep back nice and straight. I find it easy for me just to keep my head slightly up. That keeps my back straighter and pushing my backside backwards. And then we'll start by pulling our back and then driving with our triceps. In 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, standing up, move into our alternating bicep curls. So palms facing upwards, feet shoulder width apart, elbows pinned into the side. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so from there, the tricep overhead extensions. So elbows to side of the head, weights behind our back. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, going back down. So we're now going to go into hammer strength curls, dual arm curls. So palms facing one another. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, from there we head down to the ground. Let's go into skull crushers. And Corey, you're doing overhead extensions.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So elbows pointing to the ceiling. Again, really squeeze your triceps to drive the weights into the air. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, have a break, grab a drink, and put the timer on. There we are. How was that for everyone?
Good.
Excellent.
I thought I heard you say, I wasn't paying enough attention. I thought I heard you say concentration curls at the start, resistance bands. So, and I thought, God, we're going to be doing, I was doing it all, I'm thinking, God, we're going to be doing a lot of exercises this morning.
No, my notes, I just keep a series of notes of what I think I'm going to do each week. On my note, I'd put down for today, where are we? Skull crushers, concentration curls, and overhead tricep extensions. But I was kind of thinking, actually, we haven't done anything that really powers through the arms this week. So I thought, well, let's just change that. We'll do alternating
Change
curls.
up a bit, yeah.
Just adds a little bit more to it.
I got to the fifth one. We've got 2 more to go. We're going to be here till 7 o'clock.
Yeah, no. Yeah, try and keep it time bound. Everyone's busy people. Speaking of being busy, let's get on with set number 2. Okay. So from here, back into our bent over rows, into tricep kickbacks. So get yourself back into that bent over position. Again, feel like you're sticking your backside out if it helps. Feel like keeping your head up. Whatever it is, just keep that back nice and protected. So you shouldn't feel it in the base of your spine or anything. What you should be feeling is the squeezing of your lat muscles. So really concentrate on the squeezing of those lats and then the squeezing of your triceps. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so from there, standing up straight into our alternating dumbbell curls. So again, shifting our focus to thinking about our biceps. Really squeeze our biceps. Remember, we've got our 3 movements. So the compression as we bring them up, the isolation movement as we hold it at the top, isometric movement, sorry, and then our eccentric motion as we bring it down. So once we see ourselves squeeze during all 3 parts. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, nice and slow and steady, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, from there, tricep overhead extensions. So arms behind your head, elbows pinned to the side of your head. And we'll start these by driving our weights into the air, squeezing our triceps. In 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Now into dual arm curls with a hammer strength hold, so palms facing one another. So switching our focus from triceps back to biceps again. Full range of motion. Again, remember to concentrate on squeezing. So nice and fast on the way up, slow on the way down, and add that extra kind of squeeze when you get to the top. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and from there to the ground, as we go into skull crushers. Okay, elbows pointing to the ceiling. Again, we're going to drive these up into the air, really squeezing those triceps, then slowly bring them back down, fighting against gravity. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's have a break, grab a drink. Oh. All good?
Yep.
I must admit, I had to read your T-shirt twice, Mark. I thought at first, when I first saw it, it said murder. I was thinking, that's a bit of a weird T-shirt to have on, but...
That's a different day.
Yeah, but murder makes much more sense. Oh, dear. It's definitely been muddy around here. You could definitely run a tough mudder without having to have any preparation, I think.
Martin, what's the thinking now about the weight that we choose to use? What I mean by asking that is, you know, for a little bit of Corey's benefit, even though he has bands, but also for mine, you know, originally we had thought, okay, do a light-ish weight for the first set or two, and then eventually progress. With a lot of these, as I've been working with them a lot, I'm often in between, right? At the lighter weight, it's quite easy. At the heavier weight, it's quite difficult, and I can't finish.
Yeah.
So at what point do we, in set 3, set 4, you know, how do we go about thinking about that and doing it smartly?
Yeah, so good, very good question. So always start lighter and then go heavier is the first thing. So treat your first set as being almost like a warm-up. It's just to get yourself working back into those muscles, understanding how the movement works. And you're going to do that in a safe way, because by having a lighter weight, you can concentrate on the form as opposed to concentrate on moving the weight. You will get a benefit from it, but it's only going to be a slight one. And then what we're doing is going to increase the weight up until the final set. The final set, it doesn't matter about the number. And in fact, it's better to just fail. It's better. So for example, if it's 15 reps, if you fail at 10, 12, even 7, for example, it's fine. In fact, we'd encourage that. So with yourself being that kind of in-between weight,
it's perfect, because if the heavy ones are too heavy, then it means on your final set you'll definitely fail, but you'll push the muscles to failing. And what you'll find is over a period of weeks and months, the number of reps you can complete is going to increase. So let's say, for example, you fail at 7, then you might find by the time we finish 3 months, you can then fail at 15, and in which case it's time to get another set of weights to increase them, or slow the motion down so you increase the time under load. So yeah, always the same in that respect. Cool. Speaking of the same, set number 3. Apart from, we're going to increase it to 12 reps now. When we come back after this, we'll talk a little bit about perception and exertion. Anyway, before we do that, back into our bent over position, into our back rows, bent over rows, tricep kickbacks. In 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, standing up straight. I'm going to go into alternating curls, so palms facing forwards. And again, keep these constantly in motion, no stopping. So as soon as you get to the top, start to come down. As soon as you're at the bottom, start to come back up. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. And from there into our tricep overhead extensions. So again, really concentrate on the timing here. Nice and explosive on the way up, slow on the way back down. Make sure you can try and get your arms as far down your back as you can, so you're stretching those triceps. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, bring our arms back down. Going into hammer strength hold, so palms facing each other. We'll do dual arm curls. Again, concentrate specifically on our biceps, so send all of our thoughts there. Squeeze every fiber that you can. I'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, and now down to the ground as we go into skull crushers. So pointing your elbows to the ceiling. The same again. Really concentrate, driving those weights into the air by squeezing your triceps and slowly bring them back down, fighting against gravity. Squeeze every muscle fiber you can in your triceps. Really feel them move. We'll start these in 3, 2,
1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Have a break, grab a drink. Okay, right. Oh, hello. We have a camera problem. Good news is we can fix that camera problem. Hey, you're back. So perception, since we're talking about exertion and stuff, two things to think about. One is, as we're kind of going through and increasing each of the sets, and we've talked about the fact of starting light and going to end heavy, you think about how you can gauge it. Just think about if, for example, on the first set, you could do that exact same set straight away afterwards. So if we did 10 reps, if you could do another 10 reps, then you've probably got the weight about right. Because you don't want to feel like it's going to be massively overpowering you. By the time you get to it's like the third set, so the one before the final set, you want to feel like you've only got maybe 2 or 3 more that you can go in before you think, actually, I can't do any more. And then when you're on your final one, like we said, we want to take that to failure where we can. So we want to go to the point where we can't do any more. And in fact, people like Muhammad Ali is famous for saying, I only start counting when it starts hurting, because that's realistically where the change happens, is in that final stage. Which brings back to the second point, which is how your mind works. So your mind will give in much earlier than when your body will. And it's a survival trait, so it's designed so that, we don't completely exhaust ourselves, just in case we come across another threat, like another saber-toothed tiger or something. So realize if your mind's failing at about 70, 80%, you've got 2 or 3 more reps in you. So feel and utilize that extra energy. Know that it's going to feel awful as you're doing those last couple, but put the effort in, because, again, that's where the change happens. So know that you've got that kind of extra capacity in there and really drive yourself to use it. Does that make sense?
Right. So when they say, there's that saying that when they say failure is not an option, in this case, failure is an option.
Yeah. Failure is not an option. It's
Failure
such a dreadful kind of concept, because the reality is we only ever learn through failing. We only ever grow through failing. It's just like all of the great innovations that have ever happened in the world. They all happened because someone failed or something failed.
I know what is an option.
Go for it. You can say it.
Not bad, Mark. I would give you an 8 for coming out of the blue, coming out of nowhere.
However, I'm going to rephrase that. I know what isn't an option. It's missing set number 4.
My work here is done. Thank you.
15 reps, chaps. Let's go for it. Bent over rows into tricep kickbacks. Put it all together: form, feeling, and tempo. So we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, standing up straight, going to alternating curls. So palms facing upwards. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. From there, switching to the opposite side of our arms as we go into tricep overhead extensions. Concentrate on our triceps this time. Again, form, feeling, tempo. I'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. Bring your arms down. Again, opposite side of the arms. Go back into biceps. This time, hammer strength, so palms facing each other. Dual arm curls. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, now head down to the ground. Final exercise of this session into skull crushers. Yeah. Right. Elbows to the ceiling. Again, keep it all together. Form, feeling, tempo. Concentrate on what it is that you're trying to do. Nothing else exists in the world, just you and your muscles at this point. I'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. Get yourself a drink. And that is the end of another upper body session.
Thanks, Martin.
You're welcome. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it, you benefit from it, and you've improved going forwards.
When are you back?
So I'm back again on Monday. So
This
next
one.
week,
Okay, good.
yep, next week should be back to normal with the exception of Wednesday, where we'll probably shift the time to 7 o'clock on Wednesday. Because I've got the presentation to do with the electricians, so that's going to be really good fun. And in the meantime, have an absolutely super weekend. Remember, we've also got the recordings, so if you want to do a lower body Friday, please feel free to do so. Or a stretch Saturday for that matter, because, you know, stretching is always really quite important. Keep all those kind of muscles growing. In the meantime, just enjoy life. Have fun. Bye for now.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.